Let's be real for a second. Some women aren't confused about how they feel about you. They just enjoy keeping you around without committing. They know you're interested, they know you're trying, and they know exactly how much attention you're giving them. And sometimes, they have no intention of giving you what you're hoping for. That's not love. That's not taking it slow. That's stringing you along. Now, before you jump to conclusions, I'm not saying every woman who seems distant is playing games, but if you've been putting in effort for weeks or even months, and she's always almost there, but never truly giving you the green light, there's a good chance she's not looking for the same thing you are. The danger is, a lot of men can't see it until they've wasted months of their time, energy, and emotions on someone who was never going to choose them. So, in this video, we're going to break down the clear, undeniable signs a woman is stringing you along, and more importantly, how to put an end to it. Because this isn't about hating on women, and it's not about playing games back. It's about valuing yourself enough to recognize when someone is taking advantage of your interest and deciding you're not going to be someone's maybe anymore. I'm glad you're here, because what we're going to talk about might sting a little, but it could save you months, even years, of frustration and self-doubt. Too many men stay stuck in situations where the woman has all the control, and they just keep waiting, hoping something will change. Spoiler alert, it won't. So buckle in, because by the end of this, you're going to know exactly how to spot these patterns, how to call them out for what they are, and how to walk away with your dignity intact. 1. She wants your time, but not your commitment. This is one of the clearest signs a woman might be stringing you along. She's more than happy to take your time, but she's not willing to give you the commitment you're looking for. Here's how it usually plays out. She'll text you when she's bored, call you late at night when she wants company, or invite you out when her other plans fall through. You might even feel like you're spending a lot of time together, but there's no real movement forward in the relationship. She avoids serious conversations about the future, and if you try to bring it up, she changes the subject or tells you she's just going with the flow. Now, there's nothing wrong with taking things slow, but there's a big difference between a woman who's genuinely figuring things out and a woman who's using your time as a free emotional and social resource without any intention of building something with you. The first type will still show consistent effort and interest. The second type will keep you in a comfortable gray area so she can get the benefits of your attention without the responsibilities of a real relationship. And here's the thing. Your time is the most valuable thing you have. Every hour you give to someone who's not serious about you is an hour you're not giving to someone who could be. If she wants the closeness, the emotional support, the attention, and maybe even the intimacy, but she won't let it progress into anything meaningful, she's showing you that she values what you provide, not who you are in the bigger picture. The trap here is that you might convince yourself, if I just keep showing her I'm a good guy, she'll eventually see I'm worth committing to. That's rarely how it works. If she really wanted more with you, she'd make it clear, not leave you guessing. Bottom line? If she's taking your time but avoiding commitment, it's time to stop being available 24/7 and see if her behavior changes. If it doesn't, you've got your answer. 2. She keeps you guessing about her feelings. When a woman is stringing you along, one of her most powerful tools is uncertainty. She'll give you just enough attention to keep you hooked, but never enough clarity for you to feel secure. One day she's warm, affectionate, and talking to you like you're the most important man in her life. The next day, she's distant, distracted, and acting like you're just another guy she knows. This emotional push and pull keeps you chasing that good day version of her, hoping it will come back for good. The truth is, if a woman genuinely likes you and sees you as a real partner, you won't be left constantly decoding her behavior or overthinking every interaction. You'll know where you stand because she'll make it obvious through her words and actions. When she's genuinely invested, she's not going to risk losing you by playing with your emotions. But when you're being strung along, that confusion is part of the game. She might even throw in random flirty comments, compliments, or a little affection right when she senses you're pulling away, just enough to reel you back in. This creates a cycle where you start doubting yourself instead of questioning her intentions. You think, maybe I'm asking for too much too soon, or maybe I just need to be more patient. Meanwhile, she's keeping her options open, all while enjoying the benefits of your attention, time, and emotional investment, without committing to anything real. Here's the problem: uncertainty is addictive. When you don't know where you stand, your mind starts chasing the highs you get from those rare moments of warmth. It's the same psychology behind gambling. You keep playing because every now and then you win. And that win feels incredible because it's rare. That's why this tactic works so well on men who don't set boundaries. You keep giving, hoping that one day she'll decide to give you the same energy back consistently. But the more you wait, the more time you waste, and the deeper you fall into her cycle. If a woman truly values you, she won't let you live in that uncertainty. You'll feel secure because she'll communicate openly, make her intentions clear, and put in effort without you having to constantly pull it out of her. 3. You're her emotional backup, not her priority. One of the most subtle, yet damaging, ways a woman can string you along is by keeping you as her emotional safety net. You're not the man she makes time for first. You're the man she calls when she's bored, lonely, or when things aren't going her way with someone else. You'll notice it in her patterns. She's distant when life is going great for her, but suddenly she's in your messages when she's upset, stressed, or needs someone to vent to. She might even pour her heart out to you about another guy, and then expect you to be the understanding, supportive friend who makes her feel better. Here's the uncomfortable truth. If you're only valuable to her when she's down, you're not her priority. You're her fallback plan. She's not building with you. She's using you as an emotional recharge station until she's ready to go back out into the world and give her energy to someone else. The problem with being in this role is that it feels almost like a relationship at times. You're having deep talks, you're there for her emotionally, and it creates a false sense of closeness. But without real commitment or consistent effort from her side, all you're doing is investing your time and emotional energy in a situation that's one-sided. Women know how valuable emotional support is. That's why some will keep a guy around just for that purpose. And if you're constantly showing up to fill that role, you're making it easy for her to keep stringing you along without ever having to choose you. The fix? Stop being the man who's always there when she's never there for you in return. If she can't make you a priority in her life, not just when she's down, but consistently, then you're wasting your time. Emotional backup might feel like connection, but it's really just emotional labor with no reward. And the longer you play that part, the further you get from actually finding a woman who will value you as her first choice, not her last resort. 4. She only reaches out when she needs something. This is one of the clearest red flags, and yet a lot of guys ignore it because they mistake it for connection. If she only hits you up when she needs help, wants a favor, or feels bored, you're not a priority in her life. You're a convenience. It might start small. She asks you to help her move some furniture. Then she just happens to call when she's stuck in traffic and bored. Next thing you know, she's texting you late at night when she's feeling lonely or when her other plans fall through. Notice the pattern? You're not her go-to because she cares deeply. You're her backup plan when something in her world isn't going the way she wants. This dynamic works because it feeds a man's ego in the short term. You think, well, she reached out to me? I must matter. But the truth is, it's transactional. She's getting something from you: time, attention, help, and giving just enough crumbs of interaction to keep you in orbit. If she genuinely values you, her conversations and hangouts with you will happen because she wants to, not just when she needs something. There will be balance, times when she reaches out to check on you, to share something exciting, or to make plans just because she enjoys your company. So here's the hard truth. If she only calls when she needs a rescue, she's not building a relationship. She's using you as a resource. And if you let it keep happening, you're teaching her that she doesn't need to give you anything in return for your time and effort. You've got to ask yourself, Are you okay being her safety net? Or do you want to be with someone who shows up for you the way you show up for them? Because the moment you stop jumping every time she snaps her fingers, you'll see just how much or how little you actually matter to her. 5. She talks about a future, but never acts on it. This is one of the trickiest and most frustrating signs because it can sound so genuine. She might say things like, "We should go on a trip together," or "One day we should move in," or even hint at marriage or kids in the abstract. On the surface, it feels like she's thinking long term, but pay attention. There's never any follow-through. It's all talk, no action. She's planting these future seeds because they keep you hopeful. They give you something to hold on to, even if the present isn't giving you much to work with. Every time you start to feel like maybe you should move on, she drops another hint about what could be. And you stay put, thinking it's just a matter of time. But here's the uncomfortable truth. If she wanted to build a real future with you, she wouldn't just talk about it. She'd start moving in that direction. That trip she keeps mentioning, she'd pick a date. The idea of spending more time together, she'd make it happen in the present, not just one day. The danger for men here is falling into the someday trap. You start imagining this amazing future she's hinted at, and you ignore the reality of how things are right now. You hold on to the fantasy instead of looking at the facts. If you find yourself constantly hearing about a future that never comes closer, it's time to step back and ask yourself, am I in a relationship with her? Or just with the idea of her? Women who are serious about you will take real steps forward. They won't just create a dream for you to chase, they'll start building it with you in the here and now. If she's not doing that, you're not heading toward a future. You're just stuck in a loop she controls. 6. She only gives just enough to keep you hooked. This one is all about control. Some women have mastered the art of giving you just enough attention, affection, or intimacy to keep you from walking away, but never enough for the relationship to truly grow. It might look like this. You start to feel like she's slipping away or losing interest, and right when you're about to distance yourself, she sends a sweet text, gives you a fun night together, or shows sudden affection. You feel hopeful again, but then she drifts right back to being cold or distant. It's a push-pull game. She knows exactly how to keep you on the hook without ever giving you the real connection you're looking for. And because men are wired to chase, especially when we feel we're so close to getting something, this little bit of positive reinforcement keeps you in the game. The problem is, this crumbs of affection approach isn't love. It's not commitment. It's manipulation. You're being trained to accept the bare minimum because you think it's leading to something more, but it's not. Real interest is consistent. Real care shows up without needing a threat of losing you to spark it. If a woman is only showing warmth when she senses you pulling away, that's not her loving you. That's her protecting her ego or keeping you as a backup option. Here's the truth most men don't want to face. If she truly wanted to be with you, she wouldn't risk letting you feel unwanted in the first place. The constant cycle of hot and cold isn't a phase. It's her strategy. The sooner you recognize this pattern, the sooner you can decide whether you want to keep playing her game or walk away and invest in someone who's all in from the start. 7. Stop letting her waste your time. Here's the wake-up call, brother. Your time is the one resource you can never get back. Money? You can earn it again. Opportunities? They'll come and go. But the weeks, months, or even years you spend waiting for a woman to make up her mind are gone forever. And if she's stringing you along, that's exactly what she's stealing from you. Time you could be using to build your life, your health, your purpose, and your relationships with people who actually value you. A lot of men stay in these situations because they're hoping she'll change. They believe if they're just patient enough, if they just prove their worth, eventually she'll wake up and realize they're the one. But here's the harsh truth. If she's not treating you right now, what makes you think she'll magically start later? The longer you stick around for a woman who's giving you mixed signals, the more you train her to believe that she can treat you however she wants, and you'll still be there. You're basically rewarding bad behavior. And deep down, she knows it. That's why she keeps doing it. This isn't just about walking away from her. It's about walking toward yourself. It's about saying, I respect my time and energy too much to keep investing in someone who's not investing in me. It's about demanding reciprocity in all areas of your life, in relationships, in friendships, in business. A man who values himself doesn't beg for a seat at the table. He builds his own table. He doesn't chase people who make him feel small. He surrounds himself with those who lift him higher. So here's the final piece of advice. If you suspect she's stringing you along, don't wait for her to confirm it. Take action. Set boundaries. And if she can't or won't meet them, walk away with your head high. You'll gain more by cutting her loose than you'll ever gain by waiting for her to finally choose you. Don't be the guy who settles for almost. Here's the truth most men don't want to hear. If a woman is stringing you along, she's already made her choice. And it's not you. She's keeping you close enough to benefit from your attention, your time, and maybe even your resources, but far enough that she never has to commit. That's not love, respect, or even genuine interest. That's convenience. The real danger here isn't just her behavior, it's what you allow. Every day you spend stuck in limbo is a day you're telling yourself, I don't deserve better. And over time, that belief will eat away at your confidence, your self-worth, and your ability to spot healthy relationships in the future. So the choice is simple. Either you keep playing a game you can't win, or you step off the field entirely. Walking away doesn't make you weak. It makes you a man who knows his value. And here's the controversial part. Most of the time, the moment you truly walk away, she'll suddenly realize what she's lost. But by then, it's not about getting her back. It's about realizing you've outgrown the situation entirely. So ask yourself, do you want to be the guy who waits around hoping for maybe, or the guy who demands yes and walks away from anything less? Drop your experiences in the comments. I read them all, and I'll reply where I can. Let's talk about it, because the more we share, the harder it gets for women to play these games unnoticed.